As some of you all may know, this is officially Black History Month, and I wanted to do something new, something that I really never done out of the 4 years that I've been doing this podcast. I want to highlight my personal Black, I guess you can say, heroes that are currently living. But I wanted to highlight some Black preachers, and I wanted to do that for the rest of this month. And these are just people who I look up to and respect, that are Black men, that are Black pastors. And, you get a lot of, pastors get a lot of flack. People think pastors are stealing money, to just all sorts of crazy stuff. So I want to highlight and celebrate Black pastors. All Black pastors need to be celebrated. Pastors in general, but it's Black History Month, so we are dealing with Black. Okay, so but the Black pastors that I want to honor are those who I have a personal connection with. Not necessarily personal connection meaning like I know them personally, but they've impacted my life, whether it via television, whether it via me gleaning from them, and different things like that. So anyway, the first pastor that I want to highlight is Apostle Fredrick K.C. Price. And if you don't know Apostle Fredrick K.C. Price, once you hear him, you'll never forget. When I first started preaching, my style of preaching, I got from him. And when I say style, I mean, of course, our personalities are different, but how he, it's weird. When I was like 17, I used to always admire how he carried his notes in his Bible. Because if you ever seen him teach, he would, how most pastors will have their notes on the podium or have a notebook out or whatever. He would actually have his notes on a piece of paper or something like that, but he would tape it inside of his Bible. So he would just have his Bible in his hand, and when he needed to flip to his notes, he would just flip to the front of the book and then flip back to the page. I just thought that was dope. I said, I'm doing that. If I ever get the opportunity to preach, and I did that for a little minute whenever I had a chance to. But anyway, that's just but Apostle Fredrick K.C. Price, he is the founder of Crenshaw Christian Center in Los Angeles, California. He began Crenshaw Christian Center in 1973, and since then the church has grown to become a world-renowned ministry where services are held in the Faith Dome. In 1978, Apostle Price received instruction from God to begin a television broadcast, and as a result, Ever Increasing Faith Ministries began its first broadcast in 5 television markets. Since then, the television broadcast has become global. EIFM can be viewed on 132 stations in all 50 states and in 6 foreign countries. Apostle Price is also a devout husband and has been married to Dr. Betty Price for 61 years. They are the proud parents of 4 children, 10 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. Apostle Price, I met him a couple of times. I want to say back in like 2005, 2006, something like that. He has definitely impacted my life. He's one of those pastors where he's a no-nonsense. He was probably the first pastor I've ever seen to just strictly teach the word. He didn't have an organ behind him. There was no musicians up, ready for him to, tune up. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just stating what he does and what I witnessed. And that caught my attention. And he just flat-footed stood there and taught the word. And I remember coming home from services on Sunday, my church on Sunday, and couldn't wait till his broadcast came on TBN at like 6:00. I had like 5 ministries that I would look forward to that Sunday evening, and they would all come on back to back, and I believe he was one of the first. And I just had my notebook out, and I was just taking notes and learning. I learned so much from his ministry. Dr. Price is 88 years old. today. And if you look at him now and look at him back in the 70s, he still looked the same. He a little older. God is truly blessing him and truly renewing his youth like the eagle. He has preached one of the most impactful messages I've ever heard in my life that I believe that everyone in the body of Christ should hear. And that message is entitled Race, Religion, and Racism. He covers racism, how racism got started, how it can be eliminated. He deals with racism in the church. He deals with religion in general, and he deals with, race.
And so that's the reason why so many people down through the years, and especially we see it in great numbers in our time, have been leaving Christianity, especially people of color, because they're saying that Christianity is the slave owner's, white man's religion, and it got that reputation by the church as a body in total. That's not to say that there have not been genuine individuals down through history who spoke out, but you need more than one person to speak out. You need the whole church to get in line with the program in a positive way. Instead of that, they condoned it, and so then a lot of people are leaving Christianity or don't want to have anything to do with Christianity because they call it the slave owner's religion. Well, listen, just because somebody takes something and misuses it doesn't mean that the thing misused was anything wrong with that. It's the way the person who took it used it. That's what made it wrong. They're wrong, not the thing itself. I've seen people take automobiles, drive up to a bank, rob the bank, shoot people, kill people, steal the money, and drive off. Ain't nothing wrong with the car. It's the robbers you want to get to, not the car. Don't ban all those automobiles. That was just a vehicle that was used by the criminals. So just because somebody who called themselves a Christian, people can go to a church, join a church, get so-called baptized or confirmed or reaffirmed or catechized and all that other kind of stuff and call themselves Christian. That don't mean they're Christians. Because real Christians don't do that. People that have really been born again. So you got a lot of people, I call them professional Christians. They have all the outward trappings. They can look to look. They can talk to talk, but they don't know how to walk the walk because nothing's ever happened to them on the inside. They are religious Christians, but they're not born again Christians. And there is a big difference between the two.
I wanted to honor Dr. Price today. He started a fellowship for inner city black churches called FIC with them. Is how you say it, but it means Fellowship of Inner City Word of Faith Ministries. And he just helps out a lot of black pastors and ministries. Yeah, he's a pastor's pastor. No matter what preaching style you're a pastor or preacher that you hear or admire, everyone looks up to Dr. Price. He is the OG, if I can say that, in the body of Christ. One of many, but he's just been himself. And I don't think he truly knows, and I don't think he will know until he gets to heaven, how many lives he has truly impacted and how many people God has used him to impart wisdom into and to bring to the Lord. So Dr. Price, if you're listening to this, or if you ever get an opportunity to hear it, or if someone shared it with you, I just want to say that we thank God for you. We're grateful for you. We love you, and continue to live long and finish strong.